Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Perfect. So, been a while.
800 years.
Indeed. It's nice to see everybody. And for some reason, the images are not cooperating. One sec. Okay. There we go. So I hope everybody's doing okay.
Pretty good.
It's been a little while since we've played. So I'm happy that we're doing so again.
Hell yeah.
I do need, you know what? Sorry guys, I'm gonna just move as up just a little bit. We're having just a small camera issue here. One sec. We are, as you guys see, missing one today, and so that means I had to readjust the cams, and I am not the professional at this, as you guys well know. There we go. I think that's a bit better for Az and Mabel. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I moved two somehow. All right. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. So, it's been a little while. I hope we're all excited to have a little bit of fun with TOTOR.
Yup.
Indeed.
And it's... yeah, so last time... yeah, it has been 84 years indeed, Rosa. I know, it has been forever. We've had a few things happen to some of our cast members, and so we're thankfully all recuperating. We're all back to being healthy and alive and back on our feet. By next week, we should have the entire cast fully functional, so thank you for being patient with us. But yes, we are back for some TOTOR. So, to get us started real quick, I'm going to recap a little bit what happened last time, because it has been a while. I don't know who remembers what.
I don't remember any of you.
I know, right? Me too. I'm an old man, and you're asking me to remember a person. Jesus, good luck. Can't remember what I had for breakfast. But that being said, yes, the last we had played, you guys had chosen to go to Tatooine, if you remember, and you have landed, and I believe it was in the city of Anchorage, if memory serves. Now, Anchorage is a fairly big city. It's not too far from Tatooine, as main city of Mos Eisley, I guess you could say. Or at least the one that's more movie known, which is Mos Eisley, right? And you guys had gone, did the typical, gone to the cantina, kind of gotten a lay of the land a little bit, talked to some people. Mibble, if I remember what you said earlier, you were in the middle of teaching the little one how to
play cards.
Play Pazak, yes, play Pazak. And Orta, if I remember, you had mentioned, I believe, you had gone with the rest of the group, right? You had left the little one with Mibble.
Yeah, I'm babysitting.
Once it seemed like they were going into very dangerous territory, yes.
Yes, and you guys had chased this familiar-looking figure, also a Togruta, same species as you, Kodav, and Only, who's AFK right now. And you guys had chased them into an alleyway. And I believe we had stopped right as that familiar figure turned around, right? And as that familiar figure turns around, I need all of you to quickly give me a perception check.
Perception, you say?
If you don't mind.
Where is everything I know? Guess I'm using digital dice tonight. Okay.
You lost your dice?
I put them in a place that is not nearby currently. Perception.
Okay, 14 on the die and perception. It's +8, so 6, 22 for me.
Very nice.
18 for me.
Also very nice. So, as you guys again get into that alley, both you, Orta, and Kodov barely have the time to hear a faint rustling sound behind you that both of you feel what feels almost like a needle prick behind your neck. And I'll need both of you guys to please very quickly give me a concentration check now. Concentration, wow. Nope, Constitution. Yeah, dyslexia got me once, got me twice. All right. But yes, Constitution, please.
Constitution saving throw. 16.
Let's see. Constitution, that is not great, as that's going to be a 13. I am probably roofied.
Okay. How about you, Orta?
As stated a moment ago, 16.
Thank you. I'm clearly old, deaf, comatose, and a lobotomy patient. Bonus points if
Yes,
any
that
of you
was
know
just
what
what we
video I
had.
got that reference from, but yes. Or game, but yes. That being said, the true fans will know. That being said, yes, both of you, it feels almost like the world just kind of slanted 90 degrees over to the side. And it takes you a few minutes to realize that it's not the world that's slanted, it's both of you who are, like, on your flanks on the side. You can see An Li kind of fights it a little longer than you, but she also ends up on the floor, and it's the same thing with the hooded figure you guys were pursuing. As the proverbial song says, all the bodies just hit the floor. Thankfully, none of you are dead. It seems to be more some sort of a paralytic agent of some kind, and you see a few, like, what you see walking in your field of vision, right? Looks like the clawed feet of, well, there's no better way of describing it. What you guys would think of anyway when you think of a Jurassic Park Velociraptor, complete with a scaly tail following said legs. They're talking in some hissing language that I don't think anybody here knows how to speak. Almost like they're nitpicking and arguing with each other before they just grab both An Li and the hooded figure by the feet and drag them away. Maybe about 2-3 hours later, actually before 2-3 hours later, mind you, Mibble, it's been probably like 30 minutes and nobody's come back yet. Is there anything you want to do?
I mean, 2 Jedis and a warrior. They got anything they can face handle.
They're good.
Still play.
Yeah, they're good. They're probably just having fun somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just 30 minutes.
It goes like that. Die.
Right. Okay. So, in that case, yeah, it takes probably about, like, 2 hours before you and Orta can start moving again, Kodov, or at least you can feel your extremities starting to move. And it's a good thing because you're hearing the babbling of Jawas behind you. They're and you feel some, like, tugging at your body, and you're wondering, like, are they, like, looting my gear right now? Those little, you know what's, as yeah,
freaking thugs.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. These little hood thugs right now are just kind of stealing all your stuff. That me trying to keep it, vocabulary appropriate, so we don't get canceled.
We all know we're gonna call them, but we can't.
Right? Where's the police when you need them? Not on Tatooine, that's for sure. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, stupid jokes aside, you hear the babbling of Jawas, which I will not try to do out of mercy for my own vocal cords, but they're babbling and they're basically looting you guys. And again, it having been 2 hours by this point, you can start to feel your fingertips and your toes again, and you're able to actually start moving. What do you guys do?
The moment I can start moving, I'm reaching towards my lightsaber, not to draw it, but to make sure it is still there.
You do grab one end of it, and you can feel tugging as something is holding the other end of it, and there is a Jawa pulling at it.
I'll telepathically speak into his mind, whether he understands me or not. Kindly release the device.
When they realize that you're alive and you're not actually corpses, they instantly let go of everything and they kind of scatter. Yelling, Perfect. The whole in their natural tongue and everything there. That's the one Jawa cry you're getting out of me today. But
Scatter!
Yeah, they're like, we're out of here!
It's the cops.
Basically. While this is happening, Mibble, I need you to roll me 3 Slay of Hand rolls, please.
Sleight of hand? Oh,
yes.
Boy.
And Orta, if you don't mind, I need you to do the same for the Queen. I'll take care of their pluses and minuses. I just need you to roll me the 3 d20s, please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4, 17, 14.
4, 17, and 14. All right.
A 30, 20, a 10, and a 7.
By the time you guys make it back to the cantina, you see Mibble and the, for a lack of a better term, future queen of the...
Nixie.
Yeah.
Nixie.
Nixie, yeah, and Nixie. They are... How do I describe this? This is what it looks like. You get to the table, and you see the young future queen sitting at said table in, like, I guess sharing the chair with Mibble at this point, because they're both fairly diminutive. And you have a hard time seeing them, because in front of them, there's a huge pile of credits. But the pile of credits is not even really the issue at this point. There's also, like, huge piles of plates and drinks, or empty drink glasses and empty plates on the sides of the pile of money. And they're kind of, like, just ordering more food and more coffee/drinks nonstop as they just keep gambling over and over again. Weirdly enough, you can see that, like, even the barkeep and everybody's, like, kind of, like, scrutinizing their every move, trying to figure out how the hell are these guys, like, cheating to be able to win so much. But the pile of credits is so big that, like, people can't help but to try to play, as it's kind of devolved in this whole, like, all or nothing. If you win the hand, we'll give you the whole pile. Yeah, exactly. It's not even, like, being played properly anymore. It's devolved into this weird, like, attraction where they're just kind of in awe of this weird childling alien beating their asses at a card game, for a lack of a better term. And that is the scene that, Orta and Kodav, you return to here.
I just want to verify that as we're leaving this facility, we find absolutely no trace of Anli or this hooded figure that were taken by the reptile men.
When you get into that alley, or wake up in that alley, it's been 2 hours, and this is a desert planet. Unfortunately, the wind by now has blown all tracks. There are no tracks
Oh,
to
we were
follow.
still in the alley. We weren't drug off. Just those two.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
They
just
just
on
they just
Oh,
literally
okay,
hit
okay,
you
okay.
two, left you in the alley for paralyzed, grabbed their targets, and left off. They just did not gratuitously kill you. They had no reason to.
Yep.
Or maybe
Gotcha,
they
gotcha.
did,
Yeah.
and they just chose not to. I don't know. They're figure
Maybe
them
they
out
thought it
when you
would be
figure
too
them out.
messy.
Being
Maybe
Only
they
and
would
the other figure probably looked the same. They couldn't tell the difference. It took both of them.
Could be that too. They did sound like they were arguing. Who knows? But yes.
I'm gonna walk over to the table where Mibble and Nixie is. Initially looked very surprised and awestruck by the pile of coin on the table. And before I make a comment on the coin, I sort the priorities in my head because holy fuck, that's a lot of coin. It's like,
Right.
Ollie's been kidnapped. We need to go.
Seriously?
Sorry.
Sorry, folks. Game's over.
Right.
How many credits did we get?
Y'all made a handy 500 credits. And it's all smaller chips, but it's still 500 chips, piled up in
Alright.
front of you guys, give or take.
500 white chips is still chips.
You take it, you know what I mean?
Okay, so 500 credits, 250 for me, 250 for the princess.
I mean, sure. She hisses something you don't quite understand, or you understand it as hers complaining that she did all the work and and Mibble took half the earnings. She kind of mules that at you. Orta.
There. Take your 250 credits.
Kit Tats. It's like Halloween candy.
Where are my Reese's peanut butter cups? You dare take them from me. Oh, I want Reese's.
And at this point, right, you're now in a bit of an awkward situation because, yes, you've made money and you've regrouped, but where do you go from here?
I'm presuming Only has I'm presuming we all have some sort of standard communicator or something like that. For a la Mass Effect for talking to each other.
That sounds right.
Vis-a-vis, considering technically it's the past. It's like however many millennia pre-current era technology that's been lost to time. I'm just gonna Mibble, can you track her communicator?
What would I have to roll for that? Tech?
Yeah, I'd be okay with tech for that. Go ahead.
Alright. Because my tech is a plus 13.
Go for it.
And that's a 26.
And what were you doing exactly? Can you describe it a little bit?
Using mine and probably any sort of middle ground, try to triangulate where her locator is.
Okay. Unfortunately, she's not here for me to ask if she has any electronics on her, but I guess she must have had a comm link or something, right? Yeah, you try to triangulate her signal or, at least, ping her comm link, but oddly enough, it comes back nearby.
Did she lose her transmunicator?
That's not a good sound.
No, you're not getting a sound. You're getting a location nearby.
Oh, I know. I'm just doing.
But yeah.
The trope.
Oh, okay. Not a good sound. Okay, guys, we're saying sorry. Yeah.
Because it says she's nearby.
It's actually outside the cantina.
In a nearby alleyway, perchance?
Correct. I see you're also a man of culture. As yes, you do see it in another, like in the very same alleyway. Clearly, they stripped them of their electronics before taking them away.
How do we do
All right.
this?
So there's more than one communicator, right? Only's and apparently one for this hooded person.
Yep, there's two of them.
All right. Um, I am going to ask Mibble if she can find any sort of correspondence or message or something on the non-Only communicator that might help us figure out who the hell this hooded person is. And then I'm going to go talk to the barkeep and I'm going to ask him very calmly and surreptitiously if he knows anything about reptilian like ne'er-do-wells in the area.
Okay. I'm gonna need two things to happen. First, Only, you're trying... Mibble, sorry. Not Only, she's not here. Mibble, you're trying to access the non-Only comlink here. However,
Yep.
it is encrypted. I'm going to need you to hack it, if you don't mind.
Okay, encrypted. Let me
yeah.
see. I just want to see something real quick.
I will grant guidance because this is important.
And I'm holding on to this thing, right?
Correct.
Well then.
And a bonus d6 from guidance.
Wait, do you get a bonus if the electronics are in your physical person?
If I'm holding on to something that needs encrypting, I get the advantage.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yep, the scripted programs.
Hmm.
Fun.
And then you said you're giving me what, the D6?
Yeah, d6 from guidance.
All right. So that's gonna be that. $32.
God damn. Jesus.
I rolled a 5 on the 6-sided dice. I got a 14, and then my technology with a 13. So
Damn.
That's
Damn,
pretty good.
indeed.
I don't think that thing's encrypted anymore, honestly.
No, I don't think this thing. I don't think this thing is gonna ever be encrypted ever again. Honestly, it's been blown open to the nth degree. Like it has revealed all of its secrets and then some.
That thing is one of those fucking ladybug like play phones now.
Yeah. It's like those boot phones, you know, that kids use that just make noise, and that's about it. It has given up on existing.
Oh dear God, those things are so annoying.
Right.
Oh my God, I have those noises in my head.
No, please. So that being said, as a result of what is currently ongoing, you, Kodav, have decided to go and interrogate our friend, the barkeep.
Not interrogate initially. I'm
Initially.
gonna ask nicely first.
Initially, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask nicely first. That's not Kodav's style. You know,
Understandable.
he doesn't just go up and leave a fist imprint in the bar top and ask him a question.
To each their own. Darth Vader would beg to disagree with your methods, but okay. So yes, you, long story short at this point, go ahead and you open up the door, get into the cantina, go to the bar, and talk to the barkeep. He is of a species that is called a gotal. Gotal, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but that is what it is. And this is basically a gray-skinned creature. It has kind of horns and a beard that kind of like sideburns into their hair, basically, almost like a mane kind of thing. And when you walk in, he kind of looks at you and gives you this like knowing look. And he says, "What can I get you?"
Anything about some scaly friends that like to use knockout needles?
He kind of looks at you and you can tell that he's not pleased by your inquiry. And he kind of makes a head gesture towards the kitchen. And he says, "It's about time for my lunch anyway." And he just walks to the kitchen.
I'll wait like a minute and then follow him.
And when you get into the kitchen, yeah, he's basically seated on a chair near one of the counters, eating what you can only assume is some form of a sandwich. And he looks at you, and he says, "I don't know who they are, and I don't know what they did, but why are you looking for them? They seemed like trouble."
Well, because they nabbed one of my friends.
And he looks at you, and he doesn't even question what you say. He doesn't question what you your motives or any of that stuff. He legitimately just nods and says, "Well, if that's the case, they're very good at covering their tracks. I don't exactly know where their base is, but I've seen them around the city. They've come through the cantina once or twice, never ordered anything really to drink, always scanning the crowd like they were looking for someone and then vanishing."
If you can give me a good place to start looking, I'd very much appreciate it.
Unfortunately, I've never tried following them out of the cantina, and I'll be real with you, I wouldn't even if you paid me. They gave me the creeps.
Is there someone who might know?
Well, he does a bit of a... He kind of cocks his head to the side, almost like he's thinking about it for a second. And he says, "Well, if you want to know anything on Tatooine, you either ask the Jawas or the Sand People. They have eyes and ears everywhere."
Oh, Jawas. I remember seeing a hut earlier on today in the streets.
He nods.
How agreeable would he be to divulging knowledge for a price without high probability of stabbing me in the back? I mean, odds are he's going to try and stab me in the back, but
He raises his eyebrow and looks at you and says, "Well, any dealing with a hut is a dangerous game, friend."
Well, she's an important friend. I wouldn't even think about dealing with a hut if it wasn't so.
He nods, and you can see that his features soften a little bit, and he says, "Well, you didn't hear it from me, but as far as honoring deals go, provided you don't backstab him first, Buadu the Hutt seems to be a fairly honorable type. Well, again, as far as you can trust a Hutt. I'd say as far as you can throw them, but heh."
Well, definitely a last ditch effort. I guess we'll. I hate dealing with Jawas. I guess we'll have to see if we can find anybody in the Sand People who'll be willing to talk first.
They're secular, and I'll be honest with you, they don't show their faces in the city. If your friend was abducted in the city, I doubt they will have seen much. They're more the eyes and ears of the desert than the eyes and ears of the city. That, again, is more the Jawa's purpose.
Jawas it is. And Kodav's gonna look at him and goes, Kodav.
He nods. And instead of giving you his name, he starts to walk back towards the bar, grabbing a glass and a rag as he starts to kind of polish it on the way out of the door. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And as he walks out the door, rather than giving you his name, he just simply says, "The force be with you, Kodav." And he walks out to the bar and starts polishing once again.
Okay. Interesting. And then I'm not going to say it loud just in case there are ears, but I'll mouth, and also with you.
You guys kill me. You guys kill me with the "and also with you." God damn it. We're going to church, boys. They said "and also with you." Here we go again.
I mean, it is a religion.
I know. It's funny how they. It's funny.
George likes to play it down, but yes. I'm like, dude, you made a religion.
he memes about it, but yes, we all know it's a joke, but it is what it is. Yeah. But that being said, you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the group and go. We should talk on the ship.
Talk on the ship?
Yes.
Understood.
Very good.
And I'm going to start heading towards the ship. I'm not sure what anyone else is doing currently, but I'll be waiting for them there.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything they want to do before you head back to the ship real quick?
Pick up a lot of extra food.
Okay. Smart. I like it.
For the queen.
So all that extra food will cost you probably about 150 credits.
Hey, the queen has her own money now. The queen has her own money now. Let her pay for her food.
I mean, that's up to Orta. He's the parent. He decides, right?
A lot has happened, and I probably just forgot that she has her own money now, technically speaking.
Dude, so, I'm not forgetting she has her own money. She's got a fat sack of cash.
Right.
I mean, I still have a fair sum more, so I'm just gonna pay for it myself.
Okay. I mean,
100, he said?
Yep.
Can I double it to 200 and get double the goods?
No, you've actually cleaned out that place.
Okay. Had to be sure. I'm like, oh, this will last us 3 days.
It's one of those small, like, food stalls, right? You just literally picked up everything they had there and brought it back with you.
We need a replicator on this ship badly.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that a thing in Star Wars?
Not to my knowledge.
I just get the
Unfortunately.
funky like microwave food from.
Or like,
Kids.
or yeah, like or like do they have like the fifth element? I put like a bouillon cube in the big machine, and like a turkey comes out.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know what?
it's
You know what? Next time you're in a big city, see if you can find something like that. Maybe you can. I don't know.
like-
We'll have to look in the
because
big
this
city.
kid's gonna get expensive real fast.
Look, I'm not against it. I'm just saying you gotta figure it out in character for that one.
So I'm presuming when we all get to the ship, I'm just gonna basically just go. I couldn't get anything out of the barkeep, other than the sand dwellers are gonna be probably useless because they don't really come into the city. We have two options. We can either see if we can broker for information from Wadu. He's that hut guy we saw earlier today. Or we can try and shake down some Jawas and see if the Jawas know anything.
When the hut is brought up, Bibble's like, no.
So I think the consensus is no huts.
Do you know this Wadu guy?
It is the same. That's the same name we heard a long time ago, right? At that other.
Yes,
point.
it is Buadu. It is the name
It's
that you heard.
Buadu. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. No, you're fine. But I might have mumbled it, but it is Buadu. It is the name you have heard before.
It's
An old acquaintance.
We have interacted with him before, and it was not a pleasant experience.
Well then, any of you speak Jawa?
As you say that, you hear the young queen hiss and make a squealing sound that sounds oddly like.
You're cutting out a lot right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
You hear the young queen hiss and make a sound that sounds suspiciously like.
It's happening again.
So she sounded like a Jawa?
Almost.
That's terrifying. Is that I'm gonna look at oh god, I'm forgetting everyone's name. I'm gonna look at Orta and go, is that something from the hive mind left over?
That is hard to say. I have not seen.
Because as far as I know, we haven't left her with any Jawas, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Bibble?
Orta is going to sort of telepathically speak to the queen and be like, "Do you know Jawa, or do you know that specific phrase in Jawa?"
Put one of the Jawas in the hive mind.
You ask that question, and she says, "All around us. We hear them. In the walls. They speak all the time.
Hear them in the walls. Holy shit.
We hear them in the floors, too. They're everywhere."
Oh.
Do
I will tell
Jawas
that
have a
please.
hive mind of their own?
The food. It crawls. It makes us hungry.
Oh, the bugs. She's talking to the bugs.
And
Orta's like, "I'm not convinced yet. Pause. Wait a minute. I see that look on your face, bro. You're like, is she talking about the Jawas when she's saying food? Is she talking about the insects? What is she talking about? Pause.
either are very valid options. To be fair,
No judgment here. I'm just saying.
my camera didn't keep defocusing. I have to be this close.
Look, I have to be closer because of my microphone aging, and so I'm at that weird place where I look too big on the camera, but if I back up normally, you guys can't hear me, so I'm having a good time too. Don't worry, I know the pain.
You know, I have to be this close.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? You can talk to my bald spot. We're good.
We're just whispering to each other. It's fine.
I missed you, Tiger. I missed you. It's been a long time. Do it. All right.
Behold it. Behold ASMR.
So,
Behold ASMR. I'm
ASMR.
done.
I can turn off the noise gate. This mic picks up everything.
Right. Just imagine, like, you know, the mic where you just hear like bzzz, just lightsaber noises. ASMR lightsaber noises.
Lightsaber ASMR.
All right. Rosa's like, no, please. Yes.
How? The things. Orta will find a random bug on the ground and point at it, and is like, "Is this what you hear in the walls? And on the
No.
floor? Is it bigger?
Yes.
Does it have 2 legs and 2 arms?
It's unclear. We don't see them very well. They don't see very well either. Heavily covered.
That sounds like a Jawa.
Understood. So they are in the walls and in the floors. Okay.
So they're not actually in the walls, but, you know, for her, because she's hearing their presences on the other sides of the walls, in the alleyways, and the probably under
everywhere,
the city
just
and everything. Yeah,
everywhere.
she's just like, I can feel them. I can hear their
Feel
thoughts.
their
Exactly.
Orta will just relay. Yes, apparently there are Jawas in the walls and in the floors. Not necessarily of the ship. I think it might be symbology.
Can she lead us to some that might not be as crappy as most Jawas are?
Any that are willing to deal in information in a reasonable way, essentially.
Well, I'm presuming that's what less crappy would mean. Not a
I
fan
will
of
relay the
Jawas.
question.
I'm not a fan of Jawas.
Understood. Yeah, Orta will, like, can you guide us to any that seem more willing to talk and trade?
She kind of looks back at you. And she says, why do you want to trade with the food? We don't understand. Why do we want to trade with the
She
food?
thinks they're food. Oh, the poor Jawas.
They are smaller than us. Thus they are food.
Hey, how big is she now?
She's, like, not that big. I'm pretty sure she's still just, like, I still have to carry her around. It's
Funny
like,
enough.
I thought she
Funny
was like
enough.
the size of a 4-year-old or something.
Yes, now that you
Closer.
mention it, funny enough, since the last time you've seen her, Orta, she's grown in size again.
in 2 hours?
Yup.
Did she molt? Does she molt?
She did. I didn't actually say it because she was she didn't do it in the middle of the room or anything. And her stealth roll was a nat 20. But she
Jesus.
actually molted and has actually grown in size once again, yes. She is probably about, like, belt level / like lower abdomen level on you right now, Orta and Kodav.
Okay, so yeah, she is bigger than a Jawa.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look
Wait.
at Orchard and go.
Is she
like-
bigger than Nibble?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Ish.
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Nibble is not food.
It was not food. Let's
Nibble
get
is a
that.
friend, not food.
Okay, Nibble, I need to ask you first of all, is Orta like the reason Nibble knows, like, is Orta like relaying the conversation?
out.
Entire sentence.
Sorry, is Orta relaying the sentence to everybody else, like the talk to everybody else, or did Nibble like join the hive mind when I wasn't looking?
I'm just saying.
Or are you saying that out of character?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's fine.
Jokes engaged.
But yeah, Nibble is not food. Friend, not food.
We shall see.
Oh dear lord. Mibble's in trouble.
Food is not just... What is food is not just about its size. There's also the matter of...
She nods. Must get stronger. Eat things that are even bigger than us. Then everything is food.
Then
Oh,
everything is
God.
food. Oh my goodness.
No. It is not about being bigger and stronger. It's about remembering things with the mind capable of thought and speaking in such a way as us, even in other languages, and a soul are not necessarily food, are not food either.
So she kind of cocks her head as she's trying to process it, and she goes, "So we are saying that nothing is food? Or are we saying that things that are different are food?"
Things that are different are not necessarily food. There is...
Educating the child. Welcome to parenthood, bro. Good luck.
It does not lead to an all-consuming Jedi swarm.
You're trying really, really hard to go against
I'm
millennia
on
of
landmines
evolution.
right
Hmm.
And then she looks at the wall and she goes, "Food is running. Food is scared."
See, Orta will find a bug.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me how complex the thoughts of this being is?
So basically, we see Orta grab a bug and hold it up to the queen.
Yes.
We're like, okay, he's offering her food.
She looks at the thing, tilts her head, grabs it, looks at it, and just eats it.
Chucks in mouth.
And
Crunch.
how complex were the thoughts of that being?
Tasty.
We're having a lost in translation moment. Was it thinking in a way where it was communicating, where it was able to communicate with us?
She kind of looks at you and then slowly shakes her head and she says, "No, we heard its voice. We did not understand it. Too simple."
It was too simple. Generally speaking, how I would describe a being that could be food would be something that's thoughts are too simple that I cannot communicate with. Now, that is not a great way of putting it.
You're opening up
You
a
just
bag,
opened one
bro.
hell of a box, my friend.
But I don't know them.
Orta trying to be a parent is probably one of the highlights for my entertainment as a GM for this entire show.
Oh my god. This is gonna backfire so bad.
It's going to. But like, Orta is going to just reach into the hive mind and everything that every person that he's interacted with, anything that he's interacted with that he doesn't view as food, he will sort of relay that into the hive mind and be like, things like this are not food. So any person that he's ever talked to, any thing that he has been able to interact with, delegate with.
Creatures are beings that are able to interact and have intelligent conversation with are not food.
In essence.
Mostly.
It's so weird.
When you try to like convey all of this, right? She goes, "We understand. Eating these would make us sick, but they wouldn't make us sick."
What does that mean?
Oh, that's not good.
Means you can't digest a whole ass humanoid. She can.
She's like, yeah, Pops, I'm built different.
basically. And then, you know, she kind of says, but fine. At least for now, we will refrain from eating those with complex thoughts.
Oh, I don't like that for now. I'm not looking forward to the rebellious teenage days. Look, Dad, I'll eat the Jawas if I want.
I don't care if you think they're junk food. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. I just envision if we stay on Tatooine for any length of time, the Jawa population is going to decrease
Love it.
tremendously.
Right.
Oh, no.
They may go
Right.
extinct.
Oh, yeah, good times.
Oh
We'll,
man.
we'll talk about this more when we're more on the same level and I know how to say what I'm trying to think.
She nods and she says, "We agree. The food is getting away." And she looks at the wall again.
Not quite food, but can you help? Can you lead us towards the?
We will follow. We will follow them. And she quickly skitters across the floor at a speed that is oddly fast for one as small as she is. Well, as small, not so small anymore, right? But it's kind of like when you discover your 10-year-old can sprint now all of a sudden pretty darn fast. And you're like, oh, I can't do the baby jog to like keep up with them. I have to actually like hustle a bit now.
So when she skitters, is she leaving the ship or is she like?
Oh yeah, she's headed straight for the hatch.
Gotcha.
You have unleashed the hound.
You know, following at a pace that hopefully keeps up.
Oh yeah. You guys can still keep up with her. She's not that fast, but she's still a lot faster than she probably was yesterday, kind of deal. She's growing
I'm
at
still heavily fretting about.
So
how
I'm
supposed
I'm
to-
gonna look at Orta and I'm gonna go like, so can she track the Jawas?
She certainly, from the sounds of it, she is. She said calls them food though.
Well, sucks to be a Jawa.
Kodav is like, you know what? I'm starting to like this bug.
Hey, I mean, Kodav's a pragmatist. You know, it's like, it's like,
I don't like him. She likes to eat him. We're friends now. We'll have soft Jawas later. I mean, tacos later.
you know.
Under Orta's little mask, he frowns slightly. Oh,
But yeah, she skitters across the boarding ramp and into the sand. She takes a few minutes, antennae kind of flittering in the sandy wind of the desert here. Before she kind of tilts her head to the side, looks at you, and says, "I feel them." And she just keeps running across the sand.
where do you feel them?
Here.
Still
like that way,
she's-
apparently.
And she runs up to one of the spaceport buildings and clangs one of her
scything talent.
her upper scything talons exactly against
The
one
mantis
of
thing.
like, she's not trying to get into it or anything, but just like dang
This
like
is it.
yeah, exactly, on what looks like a very small hatch, almost the size of a ventilation shaft, and she goes, "Here, in here, food is in here. It's running. It's still going away."
I guess we're going through the ventilation shaft, or I guess we don't necessarily need to. We can just go over and follow.
The shaft
Are they
is not
going down?
very big. You'd have to like crawl
Yeah.
on your stomach or on all fours to get in there.
Is it also going downward? Are they going downwards or upwards?
She takes like another few minutes with her antennae again, and she goes, "Oh, here." And now she's looking at the floor, and she's kind of like following on the floor, and she's skittering back across the landing area towards another building.
Okay.
And she's like, "They're in the
Hold
floors.
on.
They're in the walls. Food is over here. Over here, quickly."
Do we see a way
Following quickly.
to get there?
And
like a hatch or something?
And as you get towards the next building, exactly, she runs faster now, towards the next building, and she'll like get near one of the crates, and she'll kind of like hunch herself as much as like coil herself behind those crates right next to one of the walls where there's one of the hatches. You know what I mean? And she just kind of like sits there perfectly immobile.
She's getting ready.
This is like some wolf spider shit right now.
I feel like
Jawa's about to have a bad day.
There's a certain point where Orta is just gonna have to stop trying to interfere with nature. Because at this point, he's probably just making things worse.
Either way, is there anything else you guys want to do real quick?
I'm going to tell Orta, let her know we need to catch it alive. She can nibble on it a little bit, but we need it alive so it can talk.
We
understood.
Oh. Good. Much appreciated.
We should stop talking.
She did not know.
As the grate slowly opens, and yes, we can try to turn Tiger up a bit. There we go.
Am I quiet?
You were a little bit. It should be a little clearer now. Is this better? Rosa, let us know if this is better. But
I wish it could be any louder. The mic situation is weird because I'm still figuring out how to use this thing.
I did buff you up to
max gain,
200, so I'm hoping it'll be a bit better. Yeah. But yeah, you hear the sound of the grate slowly opening, and you hear "Hootie!" And before the whole word comes out, she springs forward, and as a sound happens, you just hear clang as the thing shuts behind her, and you hear a scuffle happening inside the vent.
Oh, gotta help her out. I'm just hearing like the National Geographic's music in my head.
The wolf spider is hunting its prey.
It's just like
right. And you even hear like a zapping sound that you've recognized comes from either like a force pike or something. And
oh shit, that sounds like a vibro spear.
There's like clanging sounds and a few like high-pitched squealing sounds, and everything goes quiet.
Oh crap! I'm basically just gonna force. What is it? I'm just gonna force like launch the gate open and just like
immediately getting in there.
And as you get on all fours to check inside the vent, you just hear tang 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 on the wall as Shikan just drags out one of the Jawas.
Let's have a satisfied burp. You know how it goes.
No, but she's chewing on his shoulder.
You did say nibble, not nibble.
Nibble's like, no.
I don't know if she can understand me outside of the hive mind.
Yeah.
We got food.
Nibble sort of has this snap face on it.
Do we want to talk to the food before we eat it? We were taught it was bad manners to play with food.
Yeah, when she's talking to Orta this way, is she like making bug clicks or something, or is this completely in the mind?
No, this is mostly in the mind, but you can see that she's looking at Orta when she's talking, and I mean, there's not much bug clicking right now because, mouth occupado with Jawa shoulder right now.
Preferably, we do not want to eat them. We have other food at the ship.
But tasty. Live food is tasty. We like it when it runs. We like it when it chews.
You like it when it runs? So fuck. The Jawas are so done.
Should have just let nature take its course.
Or just like, I'm tired of this shit. See, that's the I'm tired of this shit phase of parenting, by the way.
I usually
when the kid's been running around all day for 12 hours screeching at the top of their lungs.
Gosh, I just hope we're on the level later, I guess. Please do not eat the Jawa. But we do need to talk to it, yes.
All right. So she kind of like takes her like raptor. You said a raptorial leg. Is that the proper term, Azrin?
That's what Google says
for praying mantis. You know what? Frigid. If that's what it's called, that's actually really awesome. So yeah, she'll take her raptorial leg and just like kind of whack it a few times while not letting go of the bite on its shoulder, but just like whacking it a few times until it kind of regains consciousness. It starts immediately squealing and panicking.
Now, do we know if Jawas on mostly understand Common, even if they can't speak it?
It's a fairly known thing. But at this point, it's kind of moot because she's been chewing on his shoulder. And Orta, you just get the familiar pop in the hive mind.
Yeah.
And it just sounds it's a one tone and she's just like, the food is loud. We find the food loud. We are loud.
Oh my god, I love it.
We are afraid. The food is afraid.
Okay.
We are not food.
Orta's
we are not food. She drops the Jawa.
Oh god. Orta is going to head over to the Jawa and cast heal on it. Sure, at second level. We'll cast a second level heal. Give it 2d8 plus my forecasting ability modifier. Which is wisdom. So 2d8 plus 3.
Let's see.
8, 3. Healing the Jawa for 14 hit points.
Okay.
And oh gosh, like, and speaking into the hive mind, because that sounds like he joined that Discord call, and being like, please calm down and answer our questions. You'll be free to go should that come to pass.
We feel better. This was painful. We are food. We are not food. We are not food. Hello.
The conflict of consciousness.
To the memory banks of the hive mind.
I mean, it's more like accessing your. It's almost like accessing your own memories, really, and there are a few, yes. It's very conflicting, though, yes, and the perspective is weird and skewered, and it's in the darkness, and you see things in weird shades of like infrared, but yes.
I mean, I know the moment that I'm trying to go back to, so hopefully I can time that to this. And yeah, I'm going to see if I can't find that in the memories.
And, yeah, give me a insight here. Let me see an insight what? I need an insight something.
No, I think it's just an insight check. You're thinking of Pokero.
Right, no, it is an insight. That just goes straight off of, yeah, wisdom. Alright, I was thinking wisdom, and yeah, like you said. Okay. So, yes.
At 25.
Jesus.
I have very good insight.
You are a light side Jedi. You have the insight. You are the cleric.
Cleric.
And with you also. And so...
and with your spirit.
We are not food. But yeah, with the 25, it takes a little bit of digging through the fear, the trauma, the having an insect jump on it in the dark, bat away of its weapons, and then basically just kind of lurch over it and bite down into its shoulder where the neck meets the shoulder, and just
Drag it
the
out.
pain, fainting, and the whole 9 yards that came with it. And you don't see a memory, but you do see a memory of that particular Jawa with other Jawas sitting in a circle, sharing food, sharing stories about what they saw that day. And one story was, yes, of 2 reptilian humanoids dragging away 2 of the, well, almost Twi'leks.
Gotcha.
Which you figure out, of course, is basically their way of describing Togrutas.
Makes
And
sense.
they talk about, something called the Meadowlands.
You're not coming
Oh,
over.
sorry, my mic again. Yeah, something called. They're talking about something called.
I'm not hearing you.
1 2 1 2
I'm
testing.
hearing you. So it's
I'm not hearing you. Okay, it's me.
yeah.
Let's give him a few minutes to figure out his headphone.
Yep.
A few
Test,
seconds.
test. So on.
Yep.
Cetera,
Testing,
cetera.
testing. 1 2 1 2. Testing. Good. All right. Awesome. Hardware. Love it. Why can't we all have top of the line hardware that just is invincible and bulletproof? Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Like that's ever gonna happen.
Right. But yes, all that to say, they're talking about, the fact that, yeah, those 2 were caught by the lizards, and that they were dragged off, that they were probably going to be brought to what they call the Meadowlands.
Okay.
And that's about it. And they're like, oh, well, too bad for them. Did they drop any loot? No. We almost got loot off the other 2 that were on the ground until, they woke up.
They
Oh.
fucked up.
Were they attacking you? No, but, they look strong. We didn't want to die. We kept what we had already grabbed, though. And they show you, like, a few knickknacks and, like, credit chips and a few things they kind of yoinked off of you guys.
And then I will look in the memories to see what is called the Meadowlands. That is the next.
You hear them sharing stories about it, but you never see an image of it.
Gotcha.
So either this Jawa's never been there, or... And as you're thinking that, again, the voice of the hive mind comes out or says, or none of us that ever went ever came back.
That's a good point.
We should be careful. We should not go there. We thinks it's dangerous. But we think that but we think that if the food doesn't come back, there might be something bigger eating the food. Maybe eating that will make us stronger.
Oh lordy.
But we should
Not sure
only
how to
eat it if
parse
it
with
can't talk like us and it can't communicate.
That's a better point than where it started. So you know what? That's a step in the right direction, in my opinion.
Look, you take the small wins, bro. Parenting again. You take the small wins.
We're not eating things that can talk and can communicate. That's a step in the right direction.
That's at least a good chunk of the population that's somewhat safe. We'll take it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Orta is going to sort of let go after he finishes healing at Jawa. will you talk to our Jawa brothers and see if you can get more information on the Jawa on the Meadowlands?
We should get the others. We agree. We
So
should
let me
ask the
come to an
others.
agreement.
We should make foods. I mean, make friends. We mean make friends.
Should I have called you Bruce for finding Nemo, dear lord?
We don't know that reference.
You've never watched Finding Nemo, Bill?
No, I do. She
I
she
know.
has no idea what Brutus is.
I'm hecking with you.
I know. You're good.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
And yeah, just like that, they just go right back into the ventilation shaft.
Orta's going to turn to the others and be like, well, that Jawa has been introduced to the hive mind and is going to talk to the Jawas for.
And yeah, it and the future young queen, whatever you want to call her, have now basically disappeared into that ventilation shaft. What do you guys do?
I think Orta needs to take a bit of a sit down.
Oh, I was muted.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna follow Nixie and the Jawa.
You get on all fours in the ventilation shaft and try to like trot on all fours after them, but they're designed for that space. They very quickly outpace you. It takes maybe like 2-3 turns, and they're out of sight. You're now left in its shaft. Can you please give me real quick either a lore check or a survival check or a insight check, please? Whichever one of the three is the highest.
So it's not. So it'll definitely be survival because I am not proficient in the other two.
Okay.
Ooh, 19 on the die. So that is 27 total.
Okay. Thankfully, you're pretty good at reading your environment, and you at least mentally remembered a couple of tiny little marks that you've seen on some of the walls and whatnot, and you're kind of able to use those to get yourself back out of that maze of ventilation shafts and back to the party.
Okay. I go like it got way too tight. I had to get out of there, and just wasn't going to fit any further.
And good thing, because let's be real, getting lost in the vents not what you needed today.
Getting lost in the ventilation system would be pretty bad.
But yes, so you make it back out.
Good.
So I guess we're waiting for her to contact you to
Okay.
let us know what's going on.
Sure.
We could possibly try following her over the surface if you want. But in the desert, I don't know how ideal that is.
I mean, if we can track her in the city that way, yeah. I mean, we're not gonna follow her in those tunnels. That's not happening.
Fair enough.
So I mean, you guys might be following her through the city or whatnot, and eventually it brings you to this big plaza right in the middle of the city, and it kind of just stays in that general area. You can find that she's basically found her destination, though you don't see any direct access points to get there. It takes maybe like a good day and a half before she comes back. So you guys will be getting a full rest.
Well, I will confirm with Orta that she's okay before we like leave her to her own devices.
Okay. Orta, the hive.
She's technically a part of the crew.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're not gonna just leave her under the city with a fucking throng of Jawas. It's like,
If you ask her how she's doing at any point, the answer always comes
I can't
back to
hear. I don't know if it's me or
1 2
you.
1 2 testing.
Yeah,
Testing.
I hear you.
Oh, it's me again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is annoying.
Yeah, we'll wait 1 second again for the headset. 1 2 1 2 testing.
There we go.
Perfect. So you're going to hear every time you ask her if she's okay, she's like, "We're doing great. We're making friends."
That's my girl. However, I get the sense that do I just keep hearing more Discord blips?
They're very faint,
But I'm hearing them.
but you're hearing Discord blips. So many friends.
Oh god, the Jawa are becoming a hive mind. What evils have I released upon this universe? She's not getting hurt. However, the Jawa seem to be joining the hive mind.
Okay. Not sure how I feel about that, but okay. I mean, if she can, I guess, communicate / placate their crappy tendencies.
I don't know if it'll make it
But-
worse, considering they'll be organized now. I don't care.
Well, we are. I mean, as long as she's safe, I'm okay.
Fair enough. I'm in agreement. I do not know how to deal with this. Stort is slowly having a mental breakdown.
How do you torture
miscommunication
your players? Make one of them be a parent and have to deal with a weird alien child. We love it.
Alien child, that's pretty dang powerful if we're being realistic.
You made this. You deal with this.
Oh, I know. I'm okay with this. I'm extremely happy with it. But Orta is having a panic attack. She's like, oh god. She will either eat everything or make them join the conglomerate. What do I do?
And after this, you hear maybe around like 5 in the morning after you guys have had your nice long rest and whatnot. You hear what sounds like hail against the hatch of the ship.
Hail?
Yeah, like hail.
Can I look outside a window or something?
Yeah, if you look out through the cameras, you don't really see anything. There is no hail falling, I'll tell you that much.
I assume.
Like, is it coming from just one part of the ship, or
Yep, the hatch.
all over the ship?
Nope, the hatch.
Do I hear
Okay.
nearby voices?
Oh, yeah.
The hive mind?
Oh yeah.
I'm presuming there's an external monitor
Yes.
or an external camera for the hatch.
Yes.
Like
How many
you know,
Jawas?
There's about like 30 or 40 of them. Along with her slamming on the door. And you just hear, "We're home! We're home! We brought friends!"
Jesus Christ.
it's a slow
Tell
arm.
them to take off their shoes and wipe their feet.
When you say that, she says, "But we don't wear shoes." Well, we wear shoes, but we don't wear shoes. Sure, we'll take our shoes off. And you see some of the Jawas start to take their boots off. I don't know what Jawa feet look like. Don't ask.
I don't think any of us do, and I don't think
I don't think anybody wants to know. But anyway, moving on.
If you look on the right parts of the internet, I'm sure you'll find it.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I don't think ILM
That doesn't
knows what
exist.
Jawa feet look
Thus,
like.
it can't hurt me. Reyes.
That is
God
knowledge
damn
that's
it.
left in the ether.
You know, this is what kills me, right?
Knowledge,
When it's like
insane.
Rojan's shows, everybody's like, oh, this hot character, this other hot character, blah, 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 blah. You come to Star Wars, nah, bro, we got Jawa feet, let's go. Alright. So. She's knocking on the door. She's still waiting to come in.
I opened the door.
All right, yeah, it is the flood of children running into the house.
No raiding the pantry.
Oh, they're
I'm
raiding
touching it.
everything. These are Jawas. Anything they can get into, they're getting into. They're getting to everything they can.
I'm standing in
I'm
front of the
standing.
door. Oh fuck! What's my
Neville
partner?
locks his room.
I'm
Yeah,
stating,
I'm gonna lock my room and then I'm gonna lock the med bay.
Yo,
I'm stating in the hive mind of a command of do not search through anything, do not rifle through anything. This is our stuff. This is the crew's stuff, and not your stuff
Also
to
locks
rifle through and steal.
Anli's room.
We'll see
so
how that works.
the
And
concept
and
of
storage
property
bay.
is difficult here because you're one of them. So this is our stuff.
Yeah.
This is our stuff means this is our stuff.
No, that's why I changed the wording. I said this is the crew's stuff,
Ah, okay.
not our.
There's a general moment of hesitation in the group. Unfortunately, you are now one voice of 40. And so, while the rating does stop, there's a lot of exploring and tinkering and clicking and clacking happening throughout the ship as your ship may or may not have a Jawa infestation problem right now. But that being said, yeah, she comes back and she says, "We found them."
You found the Jawas, or did you find the
No, the others, the others.
Only?
Yes.
Would we be able to lead the way?
Yes. We know where they are now. We know how to get in. We're afraid. We think it's a little dangerous. We've never come back from there.
Well, there's 42 of us this time.
Are you... Oh no, you're bringing the Jawas with you. The DM realizing
Not
he's made a
leaving
terrible
them in the
mistake.
ship.
Azrin, you and I just figured it at the same time. The penny dropped and I'm like, ah, shit.
When she showed up with the Jawas, I'm like, not my monkeys, not my circus.
Nope. Look, I'm just the DM. This is not my ship. I don't care.
I'm not leaving them in our ship. God,
We're going to play outside now.
The power of large numbers.
We're going to play outside
How
now.
bad
She
is that
opens
going
the
to
hatch and
ruin
runs out with the
Tatooine?
rest of the Jawas.
So are we following them to the Metal City?
They are the only way that we know. I do not know how to get there, and they do. Well,
All right.
I guess we do know how to get there.
All right. Well, let's follow them.
When talking to third person is trying to get to you as a player. Eh? So yeah, you follow this gaggle, for a lack of better terminology. I don't know what a group of Jawas is called, and I don't want to know. But yes, you follow this gaggle of Jawas back to the city, and as you're going, a big group of Jawas is not normal, right? It does attract attention from other Jawas as well, from all sorts of people. They're just like, what the heck is going on with this? And jumble of Jawas, Rosa, yes.
Join us.
Right? And you walk through the city to the other edge of the city, and you're now standing in front of a wide open desert. And she looks up at you and goes, "We're here."
Oh,
There's literally nothing in front of you guys.
is it underground?
She looks at you. She nods. But you already knew that.
Yeah.
It was already in your memories.
Yeah. There's just like one crotchety old Jawa that ended up joining the hive mind that's like, I've been there. I lived.
I'm the only one. I've made it back, guys.
They're like, proof. And then they look at his memories and they're like, I'll be damned. He was there.
Right? Az is like, I'm so done with this shit. Don't worry. They're not coming with us. You're fine.
They're not coming.
Is there an entrance or something? Like well, actually, better. Kodav will turn to Mibble, and we'll go. Mibble, can you scan for an entrance?
Can you say that a little louder? I have to put on my monitor in order to hear now because my headset's dying.
Oh, you too, huh? Kodav will ask Mibble to scan for a possible entrance.
Tech roll, I take it?
Yes, please.
$28.
Very nice. You scan, and while you don't immediately find an entrance, you do scan and see there's a very big mass of metal under the sand here. And when I mean big, I mean like big. While you guys are kind of all looking at each other trying to figure this out, the hive mind is like, "See? Told you. City of metal. Nobody's ever come back."
And they're definitely in there. Okay.
Yes, we saw them.
And then Orta is basically just going to, I guess, memorize the path.
I mean, there's not much path. Like I said, it's a mass of metal under the sand. That's what Mibble got back from the roll here.
I'm well aware.
No.
Do I
you
see
mean
any,
the path
that I have to follow through the
through the city you mean to get there.
area.
Oh, got you. My bad. Okay, sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
Does Nibble see any thing or gizmo or panel that he could probably hack to try to see if he can open it?
Give me an insight check.
Ah, 12. I don't think I find anything.
Not really. Fortunately, you guys have 40 or so Jawas right now. And they just spread out forward, charging through the sand here. And start just looking around and milling about. And after a few minutes, you hear a triumphant "Houdini!" from a little further out in the desert. And you see them all kind of rush that area Nixie included, as they all just kind of rush forwards, you hear some clanging metal sounds, and after a few minutes of sand kind of flying everywhere, what you see at your feet is a hatch along with a keypad. And once more, Nixie does what she has done before, where she takes one of those raptor legs and just goes bang 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 on it.
I'm on my way.
Maybe have her not bang on the door where we're trying to break in.
Oh, I know. I was just thinking that.
We're sorry.
It's fine. We're just trying to be sneaky right now. Also, as your camera froze.
I know.
Okay, good.
And when you say we're just trying to be sneaky right now, the Jawas kind of disperse into this nearby sand dunes, and she does the thing where she once again crawls and coils her entire frame next to the door.
He's ready to pounce.
Ready to mug someone.
Yeah, mug.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Right.
Mug. Eat, if you will.
She stinks her mandibles into you scaly reptilian flesh.
What a fun little adventure we're having.
Look, you guys wanted a session, and you wanted a little, like, I don't want to call it a filler arc, but, a little bit of a distraction while we were waiting on Lee to be back. Y'all getting a distraction, all right.
I'm not complaining, man. I'm all in on the throng of Jawas.
Especially if it leads to them dying. Yes, we know. It's fine.
Yep.
Basically.
All right.
We'll look at Mibble. And you're like, oh, that's all you.
You want me to try to get this open?
I mean, I was gonna ask if you can get it open quietly, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen.
She looks at you, Orta. Nyx looks at you, Orta, and she goes, Tell the furry food ball, please open door."
Mibble is not a furry food ball. Mibble is Mibble.
Alright, so I
Mibble
guess
is
a tech roll?
You're right. It thinks. It can say things. We don't eat it.
I got a nut cracking.
Nice.
Jeez.
Yeah, you walk up to this thing and you don't even bother actually hacking it. You walk up to the hatch, and rather than trying to hack it, you just look at the two hinges, shoot the two hinges on the door, and just open it. Sometimes the easiest way. You know what? You don't even shoot it. You just find this fault in the door, and you just kind of wedge it open, and it just pries open silently. You do this like a pro that's been breaking into things their entire life. As you found a technological fault in that door. You remember it being recalled a couple of decades ago because it had that fault, and people were just able to use that fault to get in that door and bypass the lock altogether.
It's the Kia glitch.
Exactly. It's almost like that scene in Retired and Extremely Dangerous, where he just breaks through the wall instead of trying to get through the armored door. Yeah.
I mean, it was the smarter move.
Take it easy, right? Why work hard when you could work smart? But yes, Mibble, you hack the door open. Just in this case, hack means, hack it open, not internet hack it open. Just hack it open. I'm kidding. You do it whichever way you want. But yes, the door is opened with nearly no resistance.
I'm going to take hold of 2 lightsabers because I'm currently in possession of 3.
Okay. Nice.
So I have my yellow core lightsaber, and then I have one of the Sith Lord lightsabers.
Okay. Do you turn them on, or do you just hold the handles for now?
I'm not gonna deploy them yet. I I just want them in my hand, ready to go if need be.
Okay, Orta, do you do anything before heading in?
No, I don't draw my weapon or anything. I guess I do make get at least a little bit prepared. I
Okay.
just have yeah,
Mibble,
I'm whatever I need to prepare, I prepare basically.
very good. Mibble, how about you?
I don't think she can hear you.
No, she's just muted.
Yeah.
Mibble?
Ah, muted.
Nibble is just going to be near the back.
Smart. This is why Mibble has lived
He
this
does
entire
have his.
campaign.
If he needs a light, he does have a flashlight on his weapon.
Very
So.
good. And yeah, speaking of, the moment the doors open, the throng of children just runs right in, and by that I mean Nixie followed by the group of Jawas.
Oh, jeez. Oh well, at least we don't have to worry about traps.
Indeed.
And a few minutes later, yeah, you hear a bit of an alarm going on, and chaos starts to ensue.
It's sneaky.
I mean, if they think they're being invaded by Jawas, it might give us an opportunity to find the two we're looking for and get out easily.
That is true.
And when you say, you know, like, if you actually thought, you know, I said sneaky.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Late, too late for that.
you basically get a bit of a response that it's more in like feelings than actual word. Um, but it's like in their mind, this is like a burrow of insects, and you control the only exit. They're like, why the hell are we going to be sneaky? We got them right where we want them. And the
Oh,
hunting instincts took over.
oh
Uh,
Jesus!
Lovely.
And I think as a few screams echo from far down that hallway, that dark, damp hallway, we're going to take a quick little break.
Sounds good.
Because after this, well, we're going to have a little bit of fun. See y'all soon. believe we are back. That is correct. We are back. For some reason, I cannot hear you guys.
Well, I was muted.
Now I can hear you guys. All right, we're good. It was my headset. I felt like, I didn't feel like I was part of the thing because my headset was still working properly. I had to make sure it was bugging out.
Had that technical difficulties, I can check.
So yes, I am just quickly having a snack, so I will spare you all of my munching, but I am here. Yeah, so you guys were about to enter the den of the beast, figuratively speaking.
Den of the machines.
I guess so, eh?
Yeah.
So, my question to you all now. Do you have any particular way you want to proceed here?
I'm taking the lead. That
Okay.
I can guarantee.
Okay.
I am right behind Orta.
Okay.
And Nibble was taking up the rear, if memory serves.
Okay. Very good. So, you guys enter, and it's indeed quite the pandemonium.
Mm-hmm.
You see Jawas kind of running everywhere, grabbing stuff. You see no trace of Nixie.
Pretty good stuff. That's good.
And we did say sneak. And you do see, as you enter, what can only really be described as scaled ones, but for those of you who are in that alleyway,
Different scaled ones.
different scaled ones.
Lovely.
This is not what you were looking for.
These are not the droids. These are not the lizards we are looking for.
Correct. As one sec here. There we go. Here, trying to adjust the map real quick. There we go. I had adjusted it, but it was not exactly where I wanted it. Perfect. As yes, at the end of the hallway, you find yourself in this big metallic room. And the pandemonium is ongoing. There is no stealthing your way through. The alarm has been rung. And you see... Actually, you've seen these before. Specifically you, Mibble. You remember these scaled ones. Those are Tandoshan raiders. They're the same raiders you fought, or similar at least raiders, as the ones that you fought back in that warehouse on Corellia. I don't know if you remember those. But those are them.
As in the ones that belong to the hut?
Exactly that. I'm not saying these are from the same clan, but the same species at least.
Same species. So they might be from the work for the same.
Yeah, not liking that.
Okay.
Do you guys do anything?
Um,
Quick question. The Sith Lord lightsabers, are they the simple version or the martial version?
The simple or the what?
The
Simple
lightsabers.
Yes, I'm saying,
'Cause-
are they the simple or the what version?
martial.
yeah,
Oh, are they
lightsabers are
martial? Okay, sorry. That's the
yeah.
word I
Is
couldn't hear. No, they're simple lightsabers.
okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you turn your weapons on? Do you guys do anything here?
I'm ready to fight if that's the situation that we're in, because it sounds like the situation that we're in.
Do they look like they're being hostile towards us? Because
They're actually kind of busy shooting at the Jawas, who are doing an oddly good job at not getting hit. They're not really firing back. There's the occasion ion bolt that's being fired.
are they shooting to kill or shooting to like injure?
For the Jawas? Oh, they're trying to kill
Yeah.
the Jawas, but those guys are used to being shot at and hated by everyone, so they're again doing an oddly good job at not getting shot.
By everyone and everything.
Fair.
Um, I guess I'm gonna look towards it and go like, are we gonna join in? I mean, actually, no. If the Jawas are distracting these guys, I'm actively trying to see if I can see um only the hooded person or any other points of egress or ingress that might lead to them.
Yeah.
It's
I would
hard to
realistic.
tell. Looking to your left, which is down on the map, you see two doors that are metal doors. They're completely shut. Actually, you can see that they're magnetically locked. And from what you can guess, it's cells, but there's no windows to tell you who are in those cells. You've got two more on your right in the back of the room, which you can see on the northern part of the map, with smaller doors. Again, something you could guess are cells, seeing there's again a lock pad near each of those doors, but there's no window or any other indicator of who's in them. Directly to your right, you see a giant double door with a lock pad next to it. And again, you have no idea what's inside because there's no windows, no nothing. A little further, you see a double door that seems to have like danger markings on it, and it is completely locked and shut. In the back, protected by two guards, there's another point of entrance, and you see the room does curve off to the left, though you can't really tell past the corner.
I'm gonna look towards her and go guarded room. Looks like that's the where we want to go.
Well, I'm in agreement. And also, if you have a battle map for us, we are still in the canteen right now. So I just want
Ah, it would indeed help if I brought you guys over. Here you go. A little clearer when you can see what I'm talking about.
Yes. So we do see a guarded door around here somewhere.
Let me redo that for you. Double door, cell door, not sure what's in it. Two smaller doors, again, cell doors, not sure what's in it. There's no windows or anything to check. Two doors in the back, cell doors, not sure what's in it. Some form of a passageway that's heavily guarded in the back. And then to the bottom, around the corner, you're not too sure because, again, nobody can see around corners.
Right.
But that's about what you guys see so far. Again, with those four guards, or groups of guards that are kind of busy trying to deal with the Jawas.
We can try to go through the door that is guarded, or we can check the cells.
I mean, I guess we'll check the cells and see. Can we see into the cells, or I'm sorry, I missed the description. Were they like opaque doors, or is it
The
like
doors are opaque. The walls are opaque. There's no windows. The only thing you see next to each of the doors is a like a key code pad of some kind, but there's no indicator of what's in any of these doors.
all right, Mibble, we have you covered. You got to get those cell doors open.
Or at the very least, access the cameras to the cells. But speed is probably more of the essence in this
Okay.
context.
Which one's first?
That's the question. Which one's first, indeed?
I mean, I say we just heading towards the guarded door. Whatever cells are in the way, we hit those just in order, like straight line.
So, like,
And-
this one, then that one, then this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So, what do you do, Mibble?
So I'm presuming this is one of the lock doors as well.
Yes,
Right.
it is. Like I said, it's a big double door.
Are we in initiative yet, or are we still exploration?
No, you are still exploration. These guys are busy with the Jawas right now, and you guys haven't really posed a
And
threat. They're
I'm
kind of
gonna
busy
take
dealing.
point here. I'm gonna take point there,
Yep.
and basically be a human shield for Mibble
If needed. Okay.
if needed.
27 on the first tech roll.
Okay, let me roll something real quick. Yeah. As you run towards that door, that group here of Tandoshans, they do notice you, and they're gonna start shooting in your direction as they yell something along the lines in their language, at least. They're going for the doors! Don't let them open it! And now you will be in initiative. As, yes, the first door will open.
Gotcha.
So I will throw up the initiative. You guys feel free to put your initiative in there, and we will go from there.
Woo.
Ugh, that's a horrible roll. That is not good. Not good at all. Initiative. Yeah, this is gonna suck. I rolled 2.
Oh dear.
Yeah, not fun. It's like I was rolling above 10 all night. That was the first one that just sucked donkey balls.
Okay. Let me throw in their initiative. My first dice on this one was on the spicy side of the force, as that was a nat 20. Jesus, okay. Okay. So, the two in the back, I guess maybe having a slightly bigger view or bird's eye view of what's currently ongoing, will first open fire. And they're trying to shoot in Mibble's general direction, but yes, you are in the way here, as so we are going to have them roll at you first, which will translate to shots fired. Let's see here. Well, it's one of those nights. All right. Does a 20 and 23 hit?
God damn. Yeah, even if I use my force shield, that's gonna hit.
Okay. That is going to be 12 energy damage.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can deflect any of this damage. I think so. Let's see. Action. Why is that an action, not a reaction? It's so dumb. Yeah. I'm gonna soak it. There's nothing I can do. You said it was 12?
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Second group.
Right.
Bill, fair warning. Like
Yes.
a third of the Twitch webpage is showing up on.
Oh, my apology. Let me move that over a little bit. There we go. Sorry. Alignment issues. I need an extra monitor. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, so that is going to be a 15 and a 16 respectively as.
15 and 16. I am going to use Force Shield. I'll pop that in chat so you can see what it is. I think I have it listed. Yeah.
It's basically D&D's shield, but reflavored.
Yeah.
Plus 5 AC, right?
Yeah. Well, it's I can use my Wisdom or Charisma. I use my Wisdom, so plus 5. So yeah. So my AC is now a 19 for the rest of this turn.
Very good. So yeah, at that point, the first two shots might catch you somewhat unaware and grazed you, but you were ready for the two that followed as you throw up your hands, and the following blaster bolts of energy just dissipate in the air in front of you. As you kind of pull the Darth Vader special here, where, if you remember in Return of the Jedi, he kind of extends his hands and the blaster bolts dispersed.
That's exactly what I do. I take the first two because I'm setting up. I'm like, and then you see this, and I'm like, fuck that noise.
Right. And that moves us to Orta.
All right. Orta doesn't have ranged options, but he does have melee options.
I like it.
He's going to head over to this fella right here. And let's see how this goes. We just... That's the setup that I would have to do later or earlier. We are just going to open up very simply with a little bit of punching.
All right.
Two punches. At 23 and 11 to hit for the first two punches.
Okay.
I'm assuming 23 hits and 11 misses.
Correct.
So they will take... They'll take 9 damage from that first punch.
Okay.
And I'll do a bonus action punch.
Good.
Does a 15 hit?
Let me check here. I have their sheet. I don't have enough screen space. A 15 will hit.
Okay. They take another 8 punching damage. And then I'm going to do a free action punch from the unarmed brawler fighting style situation.
Okay.
Does a 18 does hit.
Yes, it will. Of course, if the 15 hit, the 18 will as well.
And they'll take another 8 bludgeoning damage from that punch.
Very good.
As I just run up and just start laying out like right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook.
Oh yeah, you're
In space.
you're giving this guy the beat down. 100%.
And that's all I am doing for now.
Good. Mibble. You.
Did my 28? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Was it 20? Yeah, 28 from before work on the door.
It did, as the door does open. And to not spoil the fun for the chat while I pull out the token, we're gonna just kind of hide them.
You just take it to Cam's.
Yeah, thank you. Again, I am new at this. I apologize, and I appreciate the help. Where was I? Yes, pulling out the token. There it is. Come on, roll 20. My apologies. I'm having a bit of an internet hiccup here. There we go. I think Roll20 decided to get their shit together. So,
No, that's not good.
You open the door, and so chat can keep up. I will move this in.
May need to close the door.
Can Nibble quickly close the door back up?
As the door opens, and the moment the door opens, you see this massive clawed hand. Hello, Wraith. Thank you so much for the follow. We do appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you for the follow.
Just in time to see us get rafflecoptered.
Yes, it's about to get fun. Ugh, there we go. And yeah, so you guys are going to have some fun with this.
So Mibble can't close the door right back up.
Not right now, no, unfortunately. It seems like the door is not in a cooperating move when there's a Rancor arm wedged within it. But this thing definitely, like, as soon as it opens, like I said, shoves its hand and half of its head and its body through the door here. I'm still going to give you a turn, but like I said, closing the door at this point, very difficult when you've got a massive Rancor claw / hand in the way.
Run, Mibble, run.
I'll make the token slightly smaller just for the sake of, there we go, map clarity, but yes. You can also tell this thing is not fully grown. It is fairly young. It is not that big.
Okay. So it's large and not huge.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll say it that way. Yes, correct.
Less terrifying.
Slightly better situation.
I'm less scared of the large one. The huge one is like,
Huge.
that's gonna hurt.
Correct.
That's gonna hurt a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this thing smacks the door, and it puts a dent in the frame of the door. Like, this thing still hits like a truck. Mibble, like I said, what do you do here, my friend?
Run.
You are muted if you are talking.
Yep. You're muted. I can see you muted.
Oh, she's engineering. We're getting ready for the big boy move. She's engineering. Here we go.
Here come the vibro bombs.
Right. The whole squad about to go down here.
Okay, so if I use my chronogenic suspension says it's a 40-foot cube. Would I be able to get these two here, if you can see my line,
Yep.
and the monster in that?
I mean, if you want to hit everybody else who's there.
I get to choose 6 creatures. So it's my choice.
I would say no in the sense maybe for the Rancor because there's walls and there's a corner in the way.
Because it is a 40-foot cube within range.
What the hell? Why not? Go nuts.
Okay, so I'm going to do the 3 targets.
If
I can actually choose up to 6, but there's only 3 that I want to hit. So they must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let me roll that for you. So the Rancor did a.
Oops.
Can't math tonight. The
Rancor
sort of move the cube up a little bit and over a little bit. Hit all of them, I guess.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. This. Oops.
Yeah, here.
See, 40. The best you can get is the Rancor and one group.
I mean, if you take the bottom of the Rancor token, technically she could get the whole thing, but I don't really mind it hitting all three, to be honest.
Yeah, see, the 40 like doesn't even, it just touches the door. That's your call.
Honestly, again, it's not a big deal, and I'll tell you why. First of all, the Rancor makes it. Unless a 23 is not enough.
Presumably 23 is enough.
I would assume so, but... Mibble, what's the save? You're still muted.
DC 17.
Okay, so yeah, that was a 23. That down here was a 22. So yeah, the only one that basically effectively is hit right now is this guy right here. So he will be fully affected by it. Let's see here. 6 creatures, -2 to AC and Dex saving throws, and cannot use reactions. It's either action or bonus action, or not both. If the creature would do a casting time. Alright, it's basically slow. Alright, that works. Okay. So yeah, it'll be affected by that then. Very good.
Other than that, Nibble is going to try to get against the wall and say, try to push it back in.
Okay. You can hear one of these warriors yell something along the lines of, "Those idiots freed the Rancor." And they will run up to you, Orta.
Yep.
No doubt intent here at the very least on containing you guys. Which kind of puts you between a Rancor and a hard place.
That's fair.
They will swing at you with a greatsword. And we shall see how that goes.
Is that like one dude or is it two dudes?
It's one technically dude. I flavor it as multiple dudes because they have multi-attacks. So I'm just having fun saying it's multiple dudes, but it's effectively, if you want to know what I'm using off of the book, it's one dude.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I zoomed in.
Yep, this is rather than putting like 14 tokens all over the map, since they come with built-in multi-attacks anyway. I just put multiple tokens and I'm flavoring it that there's more people just to give you guys like
yeah.
It makes the mob a little thicker without me putting like 20,000 tokens on the board and rolling 20,000 things
on the board.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I just want it to be, a little less clunky. But yeah, let me just check here for the attack roll here. Okay, first one, Orta, is a 21. Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay, and then the second attack with the multi-attack. Actually, I can make 3 attacks. Whoa. Second one will most probably fail. That is an 11.
That does fail.
And the last one is a 19.
That hits.
So we've got 2 hits coming your way. Because, like I said, they brandish these great swords and swing at you.
Yep.
So the first hit, that is 12 plus 5. That is 17 plus the flat 3, 4. That's 21 damage off the first strike.
The first hit?
Yep.
Ow. Jesus, my duodenal.
Believe it or not, their CR level is actually, I think, equal or lower than yours right now. Remember how I said the game gets really bursty after a bit? Remember how you guys have really bursted a lot of people?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Thankfully, the other attack... This is the duality of man, right? I roll a 6, a 5, and a 6. Now I just rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2. That's just 8 damage.
8 damage then?
That's it.
Okay.
Alright. The other guy next to you puts away his ranged weapon and pulls out him too a greatsword.
This does not spark joy.
No, as he will swing. First one is an 18. The second one is a 26. Jesus, and another 26. All right, my D20 is not happy right now.
Damn, dude, you're gonna drop soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do about those?
Not anything I can do about those.
Okay. So the first one is 17 damage.
Jesus. Okay.
Second one is 9 damage. And the last one is 12 damage.
Are you still up?
I'm still up.
God damn.
That durable feat goes ham.
That brings us up to you, Kodav. As you see your friend getting pummeled by 2 dudes with greatswords.
All right, I was going to deal with the baby Sarlacc, but
Baby, I love it. Calls the Rancor baby Sarlacc. 10 out of 10, bro. I love it. I'm calling Rancor's baby Sarlaccs from now on.
All right, so let's do this then. I need to heal. This sucks because I wanted to do damage this turn, but I don't want to get into. All right, so I am going to use heal, and let's see, force potency. So 2, 3, 4. I cast it at 4th level, so that's 4 force points. And I'm going to use Distant Power. And I can spend 1 additional force point, so that's 5. So this is 1d8, 2d8, 3d8, plus my force casting ability modifier. Alright. So, like this stream of force energy, like, just meanders from my hands and heads over to Orta.
Okay.
And he is bathed in a soothing light of force goodness.
Yippee. Love to hear it.
And I don't want to roll clear D8 because they're hard to read. But fuck you, I'm gonna have to. Oh, there it goes. Ugh, that's a sucky roll. Sorry. 9 plus 5. So you get 14 points back. Unfortunately, sorry.
Hey, it's stump.
I rolled like hot garbage.
I'll be fine. It is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I am going to move. Oh God, move was gonna get so fucking wrecked. Let's see, 5, 10. Let's see, 15, 20. My movement 30. 530. So I'm gonna move there. So I don't know how far Sarlacc can move. I'm hoping it's not that long. And I'm gonna keep going at Sarlacc.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's all I
that's
that's all I can do. I can't do anything else.
okay. Cool. I'm gonna roll this thing into the initiative now. Okay. It is thankfully fairly slow. Mibble, I need you to quickly give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dirty 20.
Okay. As this thing comes out, right, you're flat against the wall. But it's big, and it bowls through the door, intent on fully getting out before it closes on it again. And since you moved, right, to kind of like get it, like, to kind of get out of its way, it did see you move, and on its way out, one of its clawed hands kind of rakes the wall where you are. But thankfully, you nimbly dodge under it here, not getting hit. It will charge on through till it's about here, right near the middle of the room. And just to make sure. Yeah. And it will charge on through. And when it gets to where it is right now, right? Again, with one of its, like, clawed hands, it rakes its hand at one of those pillars near you guys, blowing chunks of rock everywhere as it grabs one of those boulders, one of those chunks of, ferrocrete, and since as it came out, these two warriors ran in yelling, contain it, and started shooting at it. It will throw one of those boulders at the Trandoshans that are currently shooting at it. What that means is...
Actually, those guys.
I mean, they shot at it first, right? So animal reaction is, oh, it hurts. kill what is causing the hurt.
If hurt, then bad.
Exactly. If small, then food. If hurt, then bad.
Sounds like Nixie.
I resemble that comment.
Okay, so it will actually hit. So it chunks that piece of concrete right at those guys and at those Trandoshan warriors, and that is going to be that's going to be 23 damage to these guys right here as they kind of like jump to the floor for cover or whatever and are hit by some of the leftover, pieces of concrete. As that block of concrete hits the ground and kind of explodes in the process. This brings us to Orta as they just shoot at the Rancor for their turn here. The bigger threat and all that.
Well, I mean, my bigger threat is currently in front of me. And this guy is already hurt, so I'm just going to keep punching the crap out of him. So, first action will be punch.
And as you're punching it, by the way, you see that its wounds like start to kind of close almost unnaturally fast. But yes, go ahead.
What? You're cutting out a lot.
I was saying, as you're fighting it and you're punching it, you see that some of its bruises or injuries are here.
For clarity, I'm punching the raiders still.
Yes, I'm talking about the raiders.
Okay, it's just you referred to it as it before it, so that guy can.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, okay, they, I guess, since there's two of them, but yeah, as you're kind of fighting 1v4 here, but you do notice that some of their more minor injuries here tend to be closing almost abnormally fast.
Okay.
Which Mibble, you've seen that the last time you fought these guys.
First punch, 18 to hit. Second punch, 14 to hit.
First one hits, second one does not.
Okay. There's going to be some force vibes channeled into the first punch for an extra 2d8 of damage.
Let's do it.
For force empowered strike. As that first strike does 19 damage to the guy.
Nice.
And bonus action punch. That one, cool. And free action punch. 13 does not hit. Cool. Love that. As that's my turn.
Well, one of your punches must have hit home because even with their impressive regeneration, one of the two dudes that you're fighting gets clipped in the jaw and hits the deck.
Alrighty.
And so what you'll see is that at least one of them, having been laid unconscious here from the severe
One
beatdown.
of them has been laid out.
Yeah, exactly. From the severe beating that you gave it. Funnily enough, yeah, that's going to be less attacks from that particular token.
Noted.
And that moves us to Mibble. Mibble? Oh, right. as Mibble is doing that, yeah, you'll see Nixie out of like 3 or 4 of the Jawas just kind of like jump on the remaining one, by the way, Orta, out of those 2 guys. And they start giving him the group beat down.
The beat down is occurring.
As yeah, you basically see like 5 Jawas and Nixie just jump on that Trandoshan and bring him to the ground and just like wail on him.
All right.
She'll very quickly look up at you, and you hear in your head, "We don't understand these ones. Food?"
All right,
I
so
know
I'm
that
moving
Trandoshan
close to Otto,
are in fact sentient.
and I am going to use Koto Reserve
Okay,
on him,
very good.
since he's taking a little bit of a beating.
Absolutely. Now, Kolto Reserve. You touch it and give it a reserve of Kolto. The first time it would drop to 0 hit points, it dropped to 1 hit points instead. And the power ends if it's still in effect when the target is subject to an effect that would kill it instantaneously without dealing damage. That effect is instead negated against the target, and the power ends. This power has no effect on droids of contracts. Okay, so it's basically Death Ward.
Yes.
With an added, like, don't die during the fight part. Okay, cool. So yeah, Orta, you feel,
Less likely to go by.
I was about to say, yeah, you feel like you could take on the whole world and get away with it. So these guys, well, one of them is knocked out and the other one is occupied with the child. But that still leaves us with these guys, who are going to take more swings at you, Orta.
Lovely.
We got a 22. We got a 23. And we got a Nat Kraken. Oh my god.
Alright, they get 3 attacks. I forgot about that minor factor.
and a Nat Kraken on the third one.
They're making up for their buddies that just died.
Clearly they're pissed because their homies went down. Alright. Well, anything you want to do before I start rolling damage?
I don't have reactions. At least none that I can recall.
The paladin problem. Okay, well, let's get the crit out of the way right away.
Oh, but if we do the crit right away, then the Death Ward won't be able to negate the majority of the damage of the crit.
Right, you're under Death Ward. Alright, nope, let me do the first 2 hits first, then I do have to do them in order because of Death Ward. Alright.
Also, did how close to his armor class did that hit? Because I could give him a shield for 5 extra AC.
My AC is 16 base.
So it can go up to 21.
Yeah, that was, like I said, it was a 22, a 25, a 24 and a Nat Kraken, or 23 and a Nat Kraken. This was all super high, unfortunately.
All of it kinda hellish.
Yeah, my dice are just not being. That's the you know you can blame Jenk.
Well, it's a good thing I did do Cult of Reserve on you.
Yes, definitely, because and you can blame Jenka. This is the this is a dice she bought me. It's it was from Kraken Dice actually, and it's one of those like glass ones with the dragon eye inside of it.
Ooh.
One of the big, like, oversized ones. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's this big guy. There we go.
One of those funky fellas.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I should not be using it for DMing it. It has a nasty habit of being somewhat bloodthirsty. I think it's the same dice that killed Onley. So that is going to be 14 damage on the first swing.
Okay. 14 for the first swing. My healing earlier received is worth paying dividends.
18 on this one.
18 on the second one. 18. Yeah. All right, how about that crit?
So just the flat damage from the crit is a 18 plus 4, 22.
22, okay. What's the roll? I
And
need
if,
to know how much is getting negated.
and if we add to that plus the total of that hit is a 41.
Got it. That Death Ward negated 36 damage. That's just a Colto Reserve, I imagine, just sprays in all over my face to keep me
Basically.
from dying, basically.
Yeah, you just see those wounds like almost instantly close. You're still weak as all heck. You've just gotten, basically death, but death said no for once.
Wow, what a rare turn of events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kodav, anything you want to do before the Rancor gores, actually?
Is he still up?
I am still alive. Barely. You see,
With 1
whatever
HP, but
Colto
yeah.
Reserve was put on me by Mibble keeps me alive by the hair on my chinny chin chin. I don't have a chin.
Let's see.
Drathos problems.
10. These guys now have blasters or shorts or swords. These guys are here.
Great sword.
Let's see. 10.
Though you do see both of them have a ranged weapon slinged on their back.
All right, I'm gonna do this. 5, 10, and hope to hell it doesn't have reach. 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna put myself there.
Yeah, as you run by, this thing, roars, but it doesn't seem to do much.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure, like, if it had reach, I was like, that was the fastest way to get to where I was trying to get to.
100%.
I am going to touch, gonna touch Orta again and see if I can actually do some better healing.
Okay.
Hell yeah, that's way better. Way better. Plus 5, 8, and 8 is 16 and 6. That is 22. Yeah, 22.
Okay.
One to die was still crappy, but you get 22 health back.
Let's go.
Very good. Yeah.
And I am now a target.
The
Probably.
Rancor will run through and start attacking the guys that were shooting at him. And they're still shooting at it, of course, because they have a big-ass Rancor, pardon my language, charging them.
Yay. I was hoping it went that way.
He didn't touch it, and it's being shot at, so yeah.
I guess we have ignored it up to this point.
Yeah. You see it, right, do this weird thing where he grabs one of them and bites down on like their head and shoulders type deal. Tilts its head back and just starts crunching on it as it's biting and swallowing it whole. It will grab the other one by the ankle and throw it at the other group over here. Where they will all end up bowling into each other as a result of the throw. And that'll be it for the Rancor. Yeah, these guys sort of get up as per their turn. And they're just freaked out. They're shooting at it, which then brings us to Orta. Orta, what are you doing?
They seem pretty indisposed at the moment.
Those guys, not that much. You haven't really done much damage to them yet.
No. Indisposed, as in they're more distracted by the big guy, right?
Oh, those two that are on the floor? Yeah, you got a giant Rancor that just
The
ate
ones
one
next
of your...
to me.
Oh, the ones next to you? No, they're focused on you.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Sorry.
We're punching. That's all I got. Do I have any bonus action? It's interesting. Yeah. At the moment, there's not. I don't really want to use too many force points, so yeah, I'm just punching. So action punch twice. 14, I remember missing. 18 does hit. 2 more force points for 2d8 damage added to the punch. And 15 damage for that for the punch that hit.
Good.
Then we'll do another bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do a bonus action pun. Do I have anything? No, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me. Yeah, I don't really have a bonus action that I can do, so more punching.
Let's see it.
21 to hit.
That'll hit, definitely.
Okay. Uh, 1 more force point for an extra 1d8 of damage
Okay.
for 7 damage. Yay! And then free action punch. Nat 20. I'm going to pump 3
Do it.
fucking force points into that hit.
Yes, it's like a crit. I smite.
Crit? Smite.
You mean I smite on top of my crit? All right, show me the damage.
Let's see. 36 damage.
Well, while one of your moves might have, how do I put this, not necessarily done the job here. I mean, Orta, it's you. If one isn't enough, then it'll be 2, and then 3, and then 4
Four
until,
will be
you know,
enough.
Until all the bodies hit the floor and do the dinosaur. But you've effectively, at this point, done the, like, kung fu movie scene type beat where you block, punch, kind of do this evade, like, Jedi style, you know, like, flip or something over their sword, and then just unleash this force-fueled punch right at this thing's chest, where it just goes flying back and just doesn't get back up.
Right. And I imagine that was just pure fight or flight kicking in.
I mean, you are holding back from using your lightsaber. You were just going in full punch mode.
Yeah. And I needed to not get absolutely mollywomped myself.
Absolutely. Mibble! You need a minute, Mibble? Oh, you typing. Okay. Slow release med pack. Okay. On yourself?
Yeah,
Oh no, it's in a 30
basically
around
what
you.
it does is it's yeah, it doesn't give the card for some reason, but I cast that and gives me a radius to heal somebody for 2d6 damage. I mean 2d6 health.
Okay.
And that's going towards Flora.
Okay.
And the
If
healing is a bonus action.
if you hit the cog on that spell, you can check mark the spell description box, and it'll put the spell description instead of rolling.
Let's see. Release. There we go. Here. Try it again. There we go.
Nice.
So. And Otto's getting 9 hit points back.
Okay. That's back to you, Kodev.
Okay. So now, I'm presuming the Rancor is looking this way, correct? Towards these guys?
Yep.
Alright. So I'm going to move. Actually, let's see. Where's... We'll change that to a line. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna move over here.
Perfect. And what do you do?
I am going to is activating a lightsaber a free
No.
action?
Yes, I don't. Yeah, turning your lightsaber on is not something I will action economy over.
Okay. So I'm going to activate my lightsaber,
Okay.
and I'm going to do where power force. Here we go. Animate weapon.
Ah, yes.
I'm gonna do it to the higher. So I'm going to weapon is second. So it's 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And to make it 3d8 plus my force casting ability modifier. So it basically launched my lightsaber at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 7. 7 is 14 plus 2. 16 plus 5. 21 points of energy damage to the Rancor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it basically like right here. Like, just or standing in front of it.
Okay. It is not used to being attacked by something like this, and it hurts. So it at first will like turn and try to bat the lightsaber away. And considering the abnormally thick hide on this thing, your lightsaber doesn't.
Yeah, breaking up a fair bit.
And considering the fact that this is a lightsaber, it's a testament to how thick the skin on this thing is, because it'll bat at the lightsaber because it just attacked him and realizes it's not doing anything, and its initial reaction is just get away from this thing and attack these guys. Which is what it'll do. It'll swing at one of them, and it'll bite the next guy. Funny enough, both of those hit. Okay. That moves us on to these two who try to get up. Yeah. They'll get up and then drop or sling their ranged weapons as they themselves also pull out swords. And it's messy. You can see they take a couple of good slices at these at this guy at the Rancor before it just does the same thing it did earlier. It just grabs at one of the pillars, tears out a chunk, and just throws it at them, which when it hits the floor kind of shatters it almost like a shotgun bullet. And after a bit, these two guys are just on the floor as a messy pile. It just screeches at the ceiling, pissed off, before turning its beady little eyes in the direction of the group. So my question to you now, guys: you have a pissed off Rancor staring at your squad. What do you do?
I mean, we're still in combat, right?
Correct. Which brings us to Orta. What will you guys do?
How much healing did I get from Mibble earlier again?
You mean from when?
The slow release heal.
9.
Release. 9. Thank you. I
9.
know I'm gonna have to stand in front of this thing, so I'm going to prep for standing in front of this thing by healing myself with a 2nd level heal.
Okay.
Healing for 15. As I take a step forward to make sure that I am the closest target.
Okay. But my question is again, what's the move?
We have comrades in here somewhere.
Yeah, they're actually.
Jawas are still running around.
They're steering way clear of this thing.
That's fair. I wouldn't expect them to come near it.
Well, I mean, I was talking about, Only.
Yeah, we still have to find Only. That's true. don't know if these doors can prevent telepathic communication. No. Orta's basically going to, I guess, mental connect to this thing, for lack of a better term, and just make a loud noise in its head, and make and like gesture at it to come to follow me as I do that. As I'll move over here,
Yep.
and I'll use my telepathy to try and basically speak into the cells and see if Only is in either.
Okay, I'm gonna need an insight roll from you, please.
I can do an insight roll.
Do it.
$24. Oh well, does 24 insight treat me?
You can tell it's probably not those two.
Okay.
Because it is, how should I put it? You can feel radiating through the door, like, there's a lot of, like, dark side energies past that door.
Hmm. Not opening those doors. And once I do that, once I sort of finish scanning there,
Mm-hmm.
I'll head back this way, and I'll say to Mibble and Kodav, those doors, neither of those doors.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
I healed, I did some scanning of doorways, and I moved in front of Big Guy.
Good.
That's all I can really do right now. So that's gonna be it.
All right, Mibble. Good.
TM's like, yes.
I am touching him again with the cultural reserve
Good.
thing, just in case.
Much appreciate, much appreciate.
And then once I touch him, I move back behind the pillar to hide.
Okay. Kodav.
So he's still there. So I'm gonna use my bonus action because I have my lightsaber thingy here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move it up to him.
Yep.
To attack.
Yep.
Plus 8. Does a 21 hit it?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, I'll,
So-
give me a minute. We did come prepared.
Yay. Ooh.
There.
Let's see,
You can even move it, or
7,
you should be able to move it around yourself.
Oh, cool. Yep, right there.
Put it.
So 7, 12,
Yep.
8 is 20 plus 5, 25
Okay.
energy damage.
Nice. You can see that it's bleeding, but it's still a Rancor. It'll charge up.
I still have an action.
Oh. Sorry, that was all the bonus? Jesus. Okay, yep.
Yeah, anime weapons bonus action. Then I'm gonna use my action to dump another 4th level heal into Orta.
Okay.
Thanks.
And I'm using my distant power. So, okay, that one hates you a whole lot less than the previous ones did. So let's see, 7, 3, 10, 16 plus 5, 21.
21. That's
It'll
Plenty
hit.
good. Thank you.
And then I'm going to move down here. So there's a pillar between me and it,
Yep.
and a lightsaber. And that is my actual turn.
Jesus. Would you like to order breakfast along with that?
Yes, please. Actually, I was thinking some French toast.
Okay.
Actually, I really want waffles. I've been dying for fucking waffles. I might bite the bullet and spend the money and buy waffles tomorrow.
He's
Fair.
done, and he does not realize that this is coming from you. So it will run up to here. And, I need to roll two things, one sec.
I'm presuming whatever he's rolling, it's for pain. Whether or not we feel pain.
So funny enough, actually, it's not about whether or not you guys feel pain. This whole time, right? You've been
Yeah.
kind of losing sight on and off of Nixie.
Nixie's been gremlining. Yes.
Oh God.
As this thing lowers itself and grabs you, Orta, roll me a grapple.
Grapple check.
Yeah,
Contested
contest.
athletic?
So yeah, either athletics or
Acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Okay. 17 on the athletics.
You do a good job of resisting, but this thing grabs you. And it's doing the Rancor thing where it's... You know what I'm saying? And it's about to eat you.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Don't you do it, you little brat.
And when you do that, you hear a soft hissing sound and you look up. This thing's... Nixie is on the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
Like arachnoid style, clamped up on the ceiling.
Waiting. And
the moment this thing thinks it has you, she drops down on its face.
Jesus Christ.
And vomits a green substance right into this thing's open
No!
mouth. Right into this thing's open mouth.
Oh no!
And Orta, you feel another ping join the you feel another ping join the Discord call.
Oh no!
As the Rancor suddenly just goes limp. As it stands there in what looks like a daze.
Oh.
Oh no!
Not gonna lie.
I'm so scared.
And she's still there, basically clamped on top of this thing's head.
Huh?
And you hear the collective voice in your head, and it says, "It did not understand us. We did not understand it. It wanted to eat us because we're smaller. Now we all eat together, yes?"
Oh god.
I am scroused. Does
I'm
she mean
so scared.
does she mean we eat the Rancor, or is the Rancor eat?
Oh no, Rancor's at family dinner now. A month late for some, but happy Thanksgiving.
I am not 100% sure of the safety from a medical point of view for non-insectoid races to feast upon a rancor?
No. The Rancor's joining us for dinner.
Oh, are we
It's a part
eating?
of the family now.
Are we eating the lizard guys?
They're dead now, so I don't know
I mean, this
anymore.
thing already ate 2 of them, if you remember.
I know. I mean, she's inviting us to eat. I'm wondering if she means
No,
we are going.
No, she wasn't inviting us to eat. She was basically saying it didn't understand us. We didn't understand it. Now
we tried to eat
they
each
wanted to eat
other.
us because it was bigger.
Exactly.
Now we eat together.
Okay.
It's basically her way of saying it's one of us now.
It's one of us.
Now we all eat together instead of, hey, I try to eat it or it tries to eat me. Now we eat together.
God, if this was any other character, if it wasn't Orta, I'd be so down for making the Jedi hive mind that just any other character.
But yeah, the Rancor turns around and grabs another one of the Trandoshans.
You know, depending on what's behind the other cells, we could just have Nixie just add it to the hive.
No,
And
that's not
not
going to
have
be the
to deal with
solution.
it.
I refuse to let that be the solution.
Just keep increasing the hive mind.
Look, you've taught her universal peace. You're getting universal peace.
Oh man.
We need to talk about the concept of free will and the capabilities of having friends outside of the family.
We are all free.
Yeah.
Yo.
I can't think about this.
So, what's the next door we're gonna open?
These two had dark side forces behind them. I'm going to ping these.
Oh man.
You open that door.
I'm scanning with my telepathy.
Oh.
Good, bad, ugly.
Hard to tell. Mostly afraid.
Afraid is not the dark side.
Though one could argue that it leads to it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's open these doors.
You open that door. I mean, Mibble, can you hack it, please, actually? Because I did forget it. It is locked, Mibble. Can get that tech roll.
Alright, tech. And that's gonna be 27.
So, as you start hacking the door, the Rancor lumbers over. You now have this giant, like, toothed beast that looks like, well, what you can see on the token, with that insectoid queen, tiny little, well, tiny by comparison, insectoid queen, just sitting on its head right where its brain is, just kind of.
She's got a steed now.
Oh, she's like clamped into this thing's head and has her fangs sank in right on top of its head where its brain is.
Oh, she's Remying it. Okay.
And she's injecting whatever the hell she dumped in its mouth right into its brain right now.
She's become one of those mushroom parasites.
More like she's injecting her stuff right into its brain, yes. Consistently right now. You know what they say, the brainwash. She brought the scrubbers.
Yeah.
But that being said, yeah, you basically have that thing right behind you, and you hear that little thing on top of its head just hissing and clicking, and then you see the Rancor just kind of roaring, flailing its hands up and down.
She's testing out. She's testing the controls.
And actually, in your head, Orta, you just hear, open it, open it, open it.
Oh,
You're
man.
not attacking on sight whatever's in there.
But it doesn't think like us. Isn't it food?
No. There's so much nuance that I need to communicate that I just can't find the right words for right now.
Is nuance tasty?
Let's see.
As the door, as Mibble, yes, that roll I believe was enough. The door hisses open. And inside, huddled in the back of the room, scared out of their wits, are what you can only assume are some civilians. Dressed in, rags and clearly at least two weeks of underfed, kind of skin on bones here.
Immediately, Orta's going to provide some of the rations that he's got on him to them. Try to basically communicate with them, you're safe now.
Voice in your head, why are we giving food to the food?
Why are we giving food to food?
Because they are not food. These are people. They have their own will. They have their own freedoms. And it's not our right to declare whether we should eat them or not.
Man. It just sounds like you're trying to convince it to become vegetarian.
I'm trying to find the right words to hopefully lead us in a direction that feels not bad ending.
So, when you explain that, at the very least, there's this, low rumble coming from the Rancor.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't, reach its arm into the cell or try to actually, yoink out civilians and eat them.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to find my words. It's
late, I know.
No, well, it's not just that it's late. It's just it's
a weird situation.
Yeah. It's at that moment that the Rancor's arms that were kind of flailing as she was saying open it, open it, open it, kind of start to twitch a little bit.
Oh, crap.
And this thing has foam at its mouth right now, as it will collapse face down into the ground.
Uh-huh.
And Nixie's gonna look at you from still perched on top of this thing's head, as you feel the pop in your head that you would have associated with the Rancor just disappear from the Discord call.
Yeah.
And you just hear her voice in your head going, "Oh, something went wrong. I think we died."
Something went wrong. Oh, man.
As yes, remember this, just because a neurotoxin works on one species does not mean it works on all species.
Yeah. Orta is going to head over to Nixie.
And you can feel in the hive mind, she's sad.
Oh. She actually cared for the thing.
Can you elaborate? Can you elaborate on what kind of sad?
If you chopped one of your hands off, you'd probably be pretty bummed out. You'd probably be pretty bummed out about it.
One more time.
My mic, sorry. If you chopped your hand off, you'd probably be pretty bummed out about it.
Oh dear God.
It's that kind of sad.
Okay.
Like, I missed that hand.
Yeah.
It was it was a
That was a
nice
good
hand.
hand.
It was a nice hand.
It was pretty damn
Great
good.
company.
It was pretty damn good having two hands, you know. Now I have just the one, and it's
Now I
not the
have
same,
one
bro.
hand. Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what I needed to clarify. Orta's going to approach Nixie and just sort of uh be like, he's gonna approach and sort of hold mm, the reptorial legs
Mm-hmm.
and be like, concentrate with me. You see what I'm doing through. We see what we're doing right now,
Okay.
and I'm going to start sort of meditating on course.
So you're both standing on this dead Rancor's head, and you're meditating.
Yeah, I pick her up off of the dead rancor.
She's heavy at this point.
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna
fine. That's fine.
I was gonna ask. It's like,
And I was like,
Baby has grown. She is now heavy.
yes, like, and I'm just sort of trying to meditate on the horse
Mm-hmm.
and basically be like, do you see the energy around us?
I mean, she sees it through your eyes, and you just hear, "Yes, we see it."
Okay. And once the it's established that there is that connection,
Mm-hmm.
Orta is going to play. Oh gosh, how to put this? Whenever you eat someone, or whenever you bring them into the fold,
Mm-hmm.
that is a loss for someone else. It's similar to how you felt about the Rancor, but it feels more like this as Orta sort of plays the feelings that he's felt as he's like lost his friends, any of his friends throughout this journey.
She hisses.
It whenever someone is whenever you eat someone,
Mm-hmm.
someone else is more than likely to feel that. I I'm very sorry that you had to experience that, but it is an important aspect of the consequences.
And as you say that, she nods and gently disengages her disengages her raptorial legs from your hands, and I think is back. Let me double check here.
I'm reloading all the time to make sure.
Give it a second.
it's back.
All right. My apologies about that one. Not what we needed today, especially not
Yeah.
at the end.
It's been such a while too.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't disconnected like that in bit, but I think it's a broadband issue. I don't think it's I really think it's a broadband issue. I'm gonna see if maybe either I can get a router with a bigger broadband or an internet connection with a bigger broadband. I don't know what's choke holding it, but when you got Discord streaming video, Twitch streaming video, because I have to watch the stream at the same time as I'm doing all that, plus Roll20 eating data, plus, yeah, I think when I'm running like 4 things in parallel like that, it sometimes lasts like 4 or 5 hours, but then eventually it just disconnects for some reason. Which
Yeah.
I haven't had that happen in a while. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden, but there's definitely something throttling it, and I got to figure out what that is.
Right.
ISP says it's not them, but who knows?
That would...
They always say it's not them.
Oh, we don't throttle. We don't throttle. I'm like, yeah,
Never
okay.
do that.
Yeah.
Trust
Okay.
that.
So, anywho, you were holding its raptorial limbs, right?
Yep, it's raptorial legs.
Legs, and it slowly disengages them from your grip, looks at you, says, "We understand." Then looks down at the felled rancor and says nothing, but crouches low in what, at least at first looks like a mourning pose of some kind, as if she's mourning its death. Mourning. Before she opens her mandibles wide and flat out just takes a bite out of its flesh.
No, I saw that coming.
He knew
And then
it.
she looks up
Stay
at you and says, "That way, we're together forever."
Oh, dude, you're so fucked if you die. She's gonna eat you.
One of us.
He keeps twisting my words.
Oh, she's like a cute little bug monkey paw.
I love it. It's wonderful.
Out of
I love
character,
the
she's
ramifications.
adorable. In character, Orta's having panic attack after panic attack.
Like, I don't know what to do. Me.
And she munches on it. And as she munches on it, you can already see her skin, like, not her skin, but her exoskeleton starting to, like, crack a little bit.
Oh no.
Almost as she's, like, ready to molt again. And the Jawas, like, all kind of, like, start congregating nearby, and you can see them, like, pulling up some of their dead and injured. And
Are they offering them to her?
and while the dead we can't do anything about, the injured she walks up to. And she kind of, like, has one of her little mandible, not mandible, but, like, forearms kind of go forward to the wound. And
Huh?
you see the wound close.
Oh, okay.
That I did teach well. Save those that you can save. That I did teach well.
And she says, "This one will not be lost today. We will not lose another part of ourselves." And then she goes to one of the dead bodies and takes a bite out of it again.
Oh, no.
That one will be remembered.
That will be remembered, and this one will not be lost.
Exactly. And you realize that she is understanding what you're saying. And yes, as you said, she does twist things in her own perspective.
She's taking it into her own perspective, which is entirely fair. 'Cause
Applying
I got the same brain.
insect queen logic.
But
Yeah,
it is indeed causing some form of a ritualistic behavior to take place at this point, though. And you do
Yeah.
notice that there is a ritualistic behavior that is starting to take place as a result. And on that note, she says, "We have found something." As around the corner, you do notice there is one more set of doors here.
Yep.
As for what's behind them, that'll be for next session.
Yay.
Yay.
It is almost 3 a.m. local for me. I do need some sleep. So,
Yep.
Same.
thank you all for participating. I wish you all an excellent evening. if you enjoyed watching this, and you did enjoy, unfortunately, minus the slight disconnect we had at the very end here. If you enjoyed our content and you want to see more of it, do not despair, for we have many other shows being run on this channel. On Mondays, run by Rojan, you will have Destiny Forged at 8 p.m. PST. Tuesday, as of today, we are back with Tales of the Outer Rim, Star Wars, our Star Wars show. On Thursdays, you've got two shows alternating. You've got Tricorn Isles, also a show run by Rojan, initially a pirate D&D show that has become some sort of fate-hopping massive chaos that I absolutely adore. Then we have our show that is run by Zorro on Thursdays, Mass Effect Horizons. We alternate every Thursdays between those two shows. Following that on Saturdays, we do have Withered Wastes, and I believe, is Wayward Wanderers finished now?
It's officially on hiatus.
There we go.
Moles is spinning up a Bridgerton one shot.
Yes, the Bridgerton one shot.
And then when her one shot is over, as soon as I actually get at least a fourth member, I'm going to be running an Avatar: The Last Airbender campaign.
Depending on oh, yeah, go ahead.
I would say depending, for the hiatus term. So basically, I'm going to run a season of Avatar and then hop back into Extinction Curse for book 3.
Depending on how long it takes you for the Avatar thing to spool up, I might be able to move my schedule and be a part of it. I just don't know how long it's going to be until Bridgerton and all that stuff is over. But I am going to be having some schedule changes soon for a million other reasons that have nothing to do with the stream. So keep me in the loop for that. But that being said, Sundays thankfully is a day off. And then back to Destiny Forged on Mondays. So that's it for us tonight. Thank you again for tuning in. I do hope you all have an excellent evening. And on that note, have a good one. Take care, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
You will be remembered.
You will be remembered. Takes a bite out of the chat. No, we don't bite the chat.
Don't
all right.
eat chat.
Yeah,
No.
right. Bye, guys.
See you later.